Lincoln regular basketball on WLCN 96.3 and streaming live at WLCNonline.com is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Corey Leonard, AAA Window Siding and Doors, The Carpet House, Lincoln Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Lincoln IGA, Fifth Street Food Mart, Timbercrest Veterinary Service, the Lincoln Park District, Rick Ham State Farm Insurance, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Lincoln Printers, Memorial Sports Care at Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Lincoln College, Stacy's Family Pharmacy, Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, St. Clara's Manor, Eaton Corporation, Jim Examus Ford Lincoln, Bright Ideas Screen Printing and Embroidery, Headline Salon LLC, Citizens to elect Kevin Bateman for Lincoln Mayor, Family Custom Cleaners, Laundry, Tanning and U-Haul, Denise Costello Salon at 416 Holly Drive, Gary's Drywall, Finishing, Painting and Power Washing, Connect Construction, Lincoln Dare, AG Farms, and by Stuffteria Pizza.
Number 1, Titus Cannon. At the other guard, a 6'1" senior. Number 4, Bryson Kirby. At the 4, a 6'1" senior. Number 3, Nolan Collinsville. At another 4, a 6'1" junior. Number 33. Isaiah Bauer. And in the other for a 6'5" junior, number 23, Drew Bacon. The Railsplitters are coached by Neil
Eisenhower in just a moment as the Railers come out in their road green uniforms. As the Railers look for win number 10 on the season. And yes, it is against a conference foe, but it is not a conference contest, and Eisenhower's had a little extra time to rest, not much, but a few thoughts here with the Railers. What after effects do you think we'll see after the game we saw with the Railers earlier against Edwardsville?
Well, I think probably if you're Eisenhower, you might have a little more hangover because they were probably in a better spot. They might have been able to beat Southeast. It was a rough spot for us because, I don't know if we weren't picked to beat Edwardsville and put up a heck of a fight. And as you said at halftime in the locker room, that the guys should have been thinking they could have won because they're winning because they could have been with a couple more shots that fall. So, it was a good effort, but you got to turn the page here, like in tournaments. You're up, going to be playing here quickly again. So hopefully it doesn't hang over very too long. We get a couple three. If the shots go down, Jeff, early, then I'll say we're ready to roll. It's just the offense gets going and we play good defense. You don't want Eisenhower to get off early because we've seen them in past years. When they get going early, they're a tough team to stop.
We'll get the starters for Eisenhower: Jarrett, Bobbitt, Young, Taylor, and Jones. Opening tip is controlled, and coming this way will be Eisenhower in the home white uniforms. We said Railers, the road team, on the scoreboard in their road greens. Quick move early on is stripped away by Titus Cannon. The Railers get an early turnover. Kirby on the right side to Isaiah down in the corner. That's taken away and stolen by Eisenhower. So a turnover apiece for each team. 30 seconds in.
As you might expect, coming off a game earlier this morning, and both teams taking a loss. Nice rebound there by Kirby as a shot off by the Panthers. And you look to see this 1-3-1, something you don't see a lot of or play against a lot of. It's kind of hard to better get it across the timeline.
Titus gets it ahead to Bryson. Isaiah drives in. Bryson open from the left side. Three on the way. Didn't get the bounce on the rim. Rebound heads back with Eisenhower.
Yeah, didn't have any of those good looks. That was a good look for Bryson. didn't get anything like that early on in the game as Edwardsville went that triangle and 2 and really shut down Bowers and Kirby. That was as good a look as Bryson's seen all day.
Jarrett drives in, tries to get it to Bobbitt. Bobbitt back out to Jarrett. Eisenhower will reset. Now inside to Jones. Jones with a strong move with the right hand off the glass is good. Last year in Decatur, he gave us a lot of problems.
I remember him, and as you look now, I remembered especially he was still going to be back this year.
Isaiah on the left side to Bryson. Can you imagine how wide open Bryson must have felt with that first 3 today?
And it's on the court by himself.
Lob play to Bowers, up and good.
Yeah, and that time they got the lob, the play that we normally do run right to Bowers for an easy layup, but we broke that 1-3-1 about 3/4 court, 1-3-1 that Eisenhower's been playing, and Bacon got a chance to catch it right in the middle and threw it back out. That's something that Drew's going to have to take up.
Jones from the corner, his 3 way short into the hands of Nolan Hullinger. Nolan and Ben Grunder led the way for the Railers with 11.
Say, we're gonna
all
get that.
The way down.
Yeah,
to
it's
Drew
been
Bacon.
open. That's been open. Drew's been open for the long pass. 3 or 4 possessions already, and that time Isaiah kept his head up and did a good job of finding Bacon, and Bacon with the easy 2. So the Railers up 4-2, moving the ball pretty well so far against that 1-3-1.
5.5 to go in quarter number 1. Railers with a 4-2 advantage over Eisenhower. Eisenhower, I think, a surprise winner on day 1 over Belleville East. Kick it back out. Bobbitt's going to pull up from 17. That's going to be off no good. And we've got a foul underneath. I think they got Bryson with a push in the back. And it's going to go on Kirby, so it'll be the first on Bryson, first on the Railers.
That was a good thing it was a foul because it was going to be 2 points if he didn't. He was in sandwich in between 2 Panthers. And Bryson put a little shove in the back of one of them, and if not, it would have been 2 points.
Bobbitt inbounds. Shot is missed, and we've got a foul underneath, and this one's going against Eisenhower. And it looks like the foul is going to go against Tamarius Edwards.
Earlier this morning, Springfield Southeast defeated these Eisenhower Panthers 67-57. Their leading scorer was Jansen Taylor. Waylon Young also had 13. Taylor had 14.
Cannon long down court in the corner to Kirby. Isaiah's going to drive in, kick in the corner. Nice ball movement to get it around to Cannon now between the circle. 4:50 to go first. Railers up 4-2. Titus again drives through. Back out to Bryson. Quickly over to Isaiah. He's open corner 3 on the way, and it's spun out.
In and out, and it looks like the Railer shooters are going to be open in that corner. We had Bowers in one corner who shot it, but the other corner looks wide open also, and that was Hullinger over there who hit a couple threes earlier this morning. But, yeah, against that 1-3-1, when you make that one guy on the back travel a long ways, you can get some shots in the corner.
Try to lob it into the lane, the out-of-bounds pass.
The Railers were defeated 42-32 from Edwardsville. Leading scorers were Ben Grunder and Nolan Hullinger, both with 11 points.
Jarrett, top of the key. Kicks it over on the right side. 3 is up. 3 is off, no good. Rebound tipped out into the hands of Cannon. The 3 from Taylor was not good. Underneath, there's Drew again, leaking out, laying it up and in.
Yeah, that could be wide open for a while. And timeout Eisenhower. The Railers up 6-2, and a couple of those long passes from Cannon to Bacon has delivered 4 of the 6 so far for the Railers.
4:19 to go in the first. Lincoln up 6-2, and it harkens back. I remember a few games where the Railers were able to, back in the days of Eric Young, where he would do that very thing, where he would sneak out early. And I remember one night he had a big game against Kankakee. I think he had 34 or 35, where that's all he did all night. Kankakee would shoot, off he'd go.
Yeah, and right now it looks like Bacon can do a little bit of the same thing on getting some easy baskets as long as the guards keep their head up and pass the ball. And the Railers get it out and push the ball a little bit. Don't let them set up in that 1-3-1 and put some pressure on them. And be nice to hold Eisenhower to just a couple points here and get rolling here in the first quarter.
After the timeout, Railers with a 4-point advantage. And turnover as Quaylen Young, the 5'10 junior, stepped on the sideline. And, you know, we've talked about this. When you played, did you see that as much where players were stepping out of bounds on the sideline?
I don't remember it. And I It's funny you say that. We played in a game at our school and this year at Chester East, and it happened 5 times at least. It had to have, and not just by, the other team. It was by us too.
Bowers got stuck in a double team, tried to get it down to Bryce, and his pass a little too tall for Kirby. And another turnover. First game of a 4-game session. 3 more here tonight at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium on the next to last session for this tournament. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Lincoln with an early 6-2 lead. Jarrett back over to Young at the top of the key. Young backs it near the timeline. Makes his move now over to Bobbitt. Bobbitt to Jarrett underneath. Kicks back out to Teferio. 3 on the way is up and good. That cuts the lead to 1 for the Railers at 6'5". KJ Talifero, a 6'1" sophomore. Railers, a lot of ball movement, trying to find that opening.
Yeah, it looked like Bowers was open there on the block.
Lob play. Isaiah couldn't hang on to it. Eisenhower comes back this way. Flips ahead. The layup is good. Count the basket by Young. Gives Eisenhower the lead. But more importantly, 2:45 to go in the first quarter. And that's the second for Bryson.
Yeah, second in the first quarter too, so Bryson...
they're saying that was only the first, so not sure who they got the first one on because I thought it was Bryson down here as well. But hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll have to go back through and see who's got a foul that you don't have down because, yeah, I thought as well Bryson had picked up an earlier one.
So 7-6 the lead for Eisenhower. Young at the free throw line. On the way up and doesn't roll good, so neither team getting the friendly roll here. It's a 7-6 advantage for the Panthers, 2:40 to go. Bowers over to Cannon. Cannon back to Isaiah. Well, we've talked about one of the things you come to these tournaments to see something different. Underneath the Bacon. Bacon makes a move to Cannon cutting down the lane off the glass and good.
Yeah, nice cut, nice pass. Titus cutting right to the basket, and Drew has a tip away by Cannon.
Grunder picked up his dribble, kick back out now to Cannon.
But Drew went baseline and then saw Titus cutting to the basket, and great job by Drew. Now Drew catches on the block and goes up strong. So nice move by Bacon from a pass from Bowers. A nice little run here for the Railers.
Drew with 6. 10-7, the Railer lead, 1:50 to go. Down the lane, nobody gets in his way. Well, actually Drew did just in time. And a charging foul whistled on Stephon Jarrett. That'll be his first, second for Eisenhower. But we talked about, you saw a triangle and 2 earlier today. Now you see that 1-3-1.
Yeah. We've almost seen the book here in Collinsville. So, as you said, Coach likes to come down and see a number of different defenses, and you saw the triangle and 2 today. Now the 1-3-1. We've seen 1-3-1 against Jacksonville. So we should be well tested.
Bowers and Cannon doing a nice job handling the defense, getting it into the front court. 1.5 to go. Railers up 10-7. Grunder's picked up his dribble in the corner. Back out now to Hullinger. Swing it quickly to Bowers. Cross court to Cannon. Cannon back out to Nolan. Spots for 3 on the way. Back rim. No. Drew Bacon had a tip. That wouldn't go in. Ball loose on the floor. It's Grunder that comes up with it. Cannon.
Nice job by Drew of getting a hand on that
Grunder
rebound.
Open for 3. That's going to go no good. Bacon, the rebound off the glass and good.
Yeah, and that's something we've thought Drew could be a little more effective doing, just getting the offensive rebound and going right back up. And he's shown a few different things already today that we don't normally see. One with a nice drop step and go to the basket, and that time an offensive rebound and went right up.
8 already for Bacon. 45 seconds in the first. Lincoln on top, 12-7. Young. Out to Keon Jones. Inside to Julian Jones at the free throw line. Looks to make a move. And a foul is going to be whistled on the Railers. Foul on Grunder. That's his first. Got to say that, there's the fear with it being that the second of 2 games and you got that first of that session. Railer ball movement in the first quarter has been really good.
Yeah, and I think the defense has been pretty good right down the middle. Again, the defense has been pretty good, but yeah, the ball movement, the 1-3-1 has not bothered us at all. Actually like it a little bit, just where our guys have spacing. We're moving the ball. We've gotten the ball inside for some easy scores.
So after the turnover by Eisenhower, we're down to 12 seconds. Lincoln a chance to stretch the lead here in the final seconds.
Better hurry, 8 now.
Cannon, top of the key, picked up his dribble, down to 3. Got to find something, down low. Somebody's got to shoot it, and Drew got off a shot that really wasn't what you were looking for. But at the end of 1, Railers have the lead. It's Lincoln 12, Eisenhower 7. Back with the second in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer basketball. Quarter number 2, Lincoln will have the basketball. It's been all Drew Bacon in the first quarter. Drew with 8 of the 12 points for the Railers. Drew didn't get much playing time in the second half today, and so he's a little bit more rested than some of the other Railers. And so he looks a little fresher out there.
Well, there should be a lot of fresh guys, really, other than Bryson and Bowers, because they were the 2 in that triangle and 2, and really were pressured all over the court.
Isaiah drives in the lane, little floater, won't go down. Rebound to Eisenhower. Coming back this way is Keon Jones. Over to Bobbitt. Double team, nice job by Grunder and Bacon on the trap. Lost out of bounds by Eisenhower, but they're saying last touch by Lincoln.
But Bobbitt seems like he's been there for 8 years. I mean, he started as a freshman, I think, and finally a senior.
Into Jones. Goes down the lane, has it knocked away by Isaiah. Isaiah quickly up court. Bounce pass over to Titus, and it's rejected back by Julian Jones.
Yeah, Julian Jones, really good athlete, long arms.
Layup missed by Eisenhower. Tip by Talifero is no good. So a minute into the second quarter, lots of action, no scoring. Underneath Bacon. Bacon kicks back out. Hullinger is wide open, and it rattles out. Rebound by Bacon off the glass. That won't go down. Lids on both ends.
Like the offensive rebound, though, by Drew. We talked earlier, that's something we thought he could do a lot of this year, and really starting to do it right tonight.
Keon Jones holds out high, hands back to Talifero. Now over to Bobbitt. Now Eisenhower's seen this defense a few times before and looks like they're having a difficult time trying to figure it out. Cameron Rowe, a 3 from the corner's no good. Jones amongst 3 Railers had the rebound, but Titus Cannon took it away.
Yeah, Grunder fighting under there with Jones and gave up the good fight and then brought the troops in with Cannon and to corral it.
Titus holds now over to Hullinger. Down in the corner to Grunder. Almost stolen away by Bobbitt. Boy, that's one of those. Here's the question for Grunder. Is it more on Grunder making the long pass, or is it more on Cannon not going to meet the pass?
Well, both a little bit. You like to see maybe even Titus cut right to the basket. Man, Bobbitt's really pressuring out on the wing. What if Titus would just take a cut to the basket? And also, Ben's got to look offensive in the corner. When you don't look at the basket, and as soon as you catch the ball, you're immediately looking to pass. The defense can read that, and they're gonna read that you're wanting to pass. They're not worried about you trying to score.
Isaiah from the left side fires a 3. That's going to be no good. Rebound down to the Panthers. Keon Jones up quickly to Bobbitt. Bobbitt hands to Julian Jones. The layup won't go down. Tip try no good. Another rebound. That will go. Shades of one of the baskets from Smith for Edwardsville, where he just kept going and going and finally got the offensive rebound to go down. And then they got Drew for setting a moving screen, I think, as the pass was going to be going down to Grunder in the corner.
We made a 3 yet?
We have not.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had a couple, I know Bowers had one that looked like in and out, but other than that.
5 minutes to go in the first half. Lincoln a 12-9 advantage. Inside to Julian Jones. Free throw line, looks to make a move, and he's going to be called for steps. Looking at the official, wasn't sure about the call. But that's the one place that we've seen for all these years, Josh. If opponents can get the ball in to somebody at the free throw line who can turn and do a lot of things with it, that's the one that gives Lincoln the most trouble.
Well, Jones was well on to doing something good with it too. You know, we've not covered that high post well, and Jones is the guy for the Panthers that can do some damage.
So after the turnover, 4:45 to go. Lincoln up 12-9. Isaiah works it in the front court on the dribble. Now hands off to Titus. On the right wing,
It's like
Grunder.
Eisenhower's gone full man now. Watch the backdoor play.
Titus holds. Titus now over to Bowers. Grunder drives in, goes up strong, rolled off, no good. Rebound to Eisenhower. Lincoln has not yet got a friendly roll yet. And then a layup quickly down court is Stephon Jarrett, and nobody got in his way. And he's cut it to a one-point game. It's 12-11. Isaiah had his pocket picked. Bobbitt, the steal, the layup is good. Six in a row to start the quarter for Eisenhower has given the Panthers a 13-12 advantage. Titus on the left side to Hollinger. Nolan back on top to Grunder. Right corner, Titus gets by his man, goes baseline, kicks it back out, finds Grunder in the corner. Grunder saves it into Bowers. Back out to Hollinger. Look a little out of sync right now.
Yeah, going back from the 1-3-1, I wish they kind of go back to that. Looked like we were getting some good clean looks against that 1-3-1. Now that they've pulled up the pressure against the man, we have not looked in sync, as you said.
Foul on Taylor as he was pushing on Grunder. Grunder trying to go down the lane. 3:16 to go. Hollinger to inbound for Lincoln. Nolan looking, still looking, gets it out high to Cannon. Railers trail by one. Cannon's picked up his dribble back to Grunder. Swing it between the circles to Cannon. Watched by Keon Jones. Bacon now over to Cannon. Cannon gets by his guy. Goes up high off the glass. Won't go down. Rebound tipped out to Eisenhower. Bobbitt across the timeline. Bobbitt down the lane and an offensive foul again. And it was Drew Bacon stepping in the way once again. Bobbitt picks up the foul. Shades of Gavin Block and Edward Bolby of seeing who can take the most charges, but Bacon did a great job stepping in.
Yeah, and I don't know. We might have got a little gift there. I thought Titus might have gotten a little bit of a blocking foul down on him down there, but Drew might have been there just a hair late, but we'll take it, and we need anything we can get right now. Well, hopefully the Railers can turn and continue to get to the basket. I think Coach has called a few plays now where Grunder's wanting to go to the hoop.
Inbounds pass is swatted away, and we've got another offensive foul. Isaiah Bowers gets this one as Jarrett runs into him. So on two offensive possessions, Drew draws the charge, and now Isaiah draws the charge.
Yeah, as Isaiah was taking it out, we were going for the home run pass. He went back to throw it like a quarterback. It gets tipped to Jarrett. Jarrett steals it, comes in, Isaiah steps in, takes the charge. So not good fortune for Jarrett because that's now his second.
And the same official, the one that's right now at the timeline, is the one that's called all three of the charges.
Right, and he had to call two in a row right there. I'm not sure he's probably had to do that, or maybe not before.
So 2:45 to go. Still Lincoln looking for their first points of the quarter as they trail 13-12. Cannon hands over to Grunder. Grunder brings a dribble top of the key. Hollinger. And you almost knew that was coming. They got they got Grunder rather on the illegal screen, and for Ben that'll be his second, fifth on the Railers, and it was a different official on that.
Yeah, not four in a row for that guy.
Game's taking a while to find a rhythm.
Yeah, there's not been much. I thought we started to get a little bit when when they were running the 1-3-1, and then they switched it up to the man, and we've had zero rhythm, about like your dancing game. Just not having anything going right. The Railers have not put anything on the scoreboard here in the second quarter.
I think on one of the passes that Eisenhower made, I think Grunder caught one in the chops. 2 minutes to go. Driving in is Bobbitt, kicks it back out to Telefero rather, and a 16-12, and quietly Eisenhower's run off 9 in a row to take this 4-point lead. Hollinger with 1:45 to go. First half of action. Nolan flips to Isaiah. Railers still looking for their first made 3 of the night. Titus now over to Grunder. Isaiah in the corner. He's going to drive baseline. Goes up strong off the glass. And an offensive foul is going to be whistled against Isaiah. Isaiah picks up his first. Wave off the basket.
Guy was standing underneath the hoop. I've always heard that if the defender's underneath the hoop, where does your offensive player have a chance to land? And he was way too far under.
Inside to Bobbitt. Triple team by Raylor, so Bobbitt goes in. Off the glass, floater is good. 18-12, this quarter has belonged to the Panthers. We've got a minute left in the second, and Lincoln is yet to scratch. Had a basket a few seconds ago that was waved off by the offensive foul. Titus gets tripped. Looks like he was driving the basket, and Young gets whistled for the foul. 16 foul. Zach Morris in for the Railers. He will replace Grunder. Ben picked up his second, so got to keep Ben from picking up his third. 51 seconds left in first half. Nice inbounds from Hollinger to Cannon, and it rolled off. Had the look, didn't get it to go down. Quickly down court is Eisenhower, swatted off the backboard by Bacon, and Eisenhower will hold. You almost wonder the officials are going, please not a charge.
Yeah,
I don't want to call another.
We don't want to have to make another one of those. But yeah, boy, a bad quarter for the Railers. 12 to start the quarter, and looks like it's going to be 12 to end it.
Tick down to 20. And unless something happens, Lincoln's going to go with a 0 in this one. Down to 8. Bobbitt holds, works against Cannon. Down to 5. Bobbitt thought about pulling up for 3. Instead, it's over to Jones. His 3 rattled in and out. Ball tipped away. Will not go down. Our score at halftime, it's Eisenhower with the lead. Eisenhower 18, Lincoln 12. We'll be back with the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center halftime show in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.